Hello there, Ian here once again, and as usual, I really hope that this message catches you happy, healthy, and strong. And today we're talking about, can you win with a low price? In a previous video, we talked about the dangers of discounting your product in order to win business and win deals. And this can carry a number of dangers and pitfalls with that. But can you win by having a low price? And the answer, of course, is yes. However, you have to have some other supporting strategies that go along with supporting that low price position. Now, one of the key examples I love talking about is IKEA in this particular space. Now, IKEA are a furniture and home fixtures retail. They are, as far as I know, one of the very few, if not the only, truly global furniture brand. They have an economy position, they have a low price position, and yet their gross margins are around about 4 times the industry average for the furniture business. So they have an economy position, a low price position, and yet they still can be profitable. So there are some key strategies that they use to support their low price position. So here are 3 ways, and of course this is a very big field, but here are 3 ideas that need to be in place in order to support a low price position. And before we get into those sort of 3 things, really, if you are going to have a low price position, that position has to be declared from the outset. IKEA, Southwest Airlines, and other budget suppliers didn't start out as premium suppliers or premium providers. They started with a core strategy of economy pricing from day one. So these things can't be premium and then discounted to be economy. They have to start as economy positions from the outset. And the other key idea is that they must have, if you, just simple mathematics, if you reduce the selling price of your product or service relative to other suppliers, then clearly, if you want to make a healthy margin, we have to have a very low cost base in order to maintain our margins. Hopefully that is pretty straightforward. It has to be low price from day one, and you have to have a considerable cost advantage to make low price effective. So here are 3 ways that we can use to make sure our costs remain low and under control. And the first one is, of course, our buying power. Yes, the cost side of our business. If we're buying supplies or we have rental costs, our fixed costs have to be very effectively managed to make sure that our selling price can remain low and we have a healthy profit. And that means that we have to be very savvy, very intelligent about the way we buy and source our products and the way we manage our fixed costs. Now, that does not mean that we try and be mean or we try and be unfair to our suppliers, because if we are, they're not our suppliers for long. So we have to be fair to our suppliers, but we have to be as effective as we can in keeping our costs low. So we have to be able to sustain our suppliers with our low purchasing price. Okay? And that is a lot involved in that side of things. We also, on the cost side, need to be very effective with our processes. That's number 2. Our processes need to be as lean as possible so that we don't have wastage in our processes. And that requires a continual audit and a continual reduction of waste to make sure that to produce anything doesn't require any more steps than is absolutely necessary. So our purchasing has to be very intelligent, and our processes have to be very lean and have to have all of the waste cut out of them so they remain effective. Now, the last thing that I wanted to talk about was that the products and or services that we are supplying at an economy price point have to be what the customer wants and only what they want. And that means that any bells and whistles and frills and extra features have to be removed, because they add cost and they may not be required by all of your customers. Maybe only a certain amount of the customers might find benefit in that, but many of the customers won't use those extra features. That means those extra features must go. It must be what the customer wants and only what they want. Can you win with low pricing? Yes, you can. It has to be low price from day one, and you have to have a considerable cost advantage to make that work. Simple maths. How do you make sure that your cost advantages are maintained? You've got to be good at purchasing and managing your fixed costs. Number two, you have to be very, very effective with your processes to make sure they're as lean and mean as possible, so you reduce the wastage and the cycle time with what you do. Number three, the products and services that you offer must be only what the customer wants and no more. So those are some of the ideas that you can make a low price work. So I really hope that did make sense. You can win with low price, but you have to have the other supporting strategies that make the low price effective. Hope that did make sense, and I look forward to sharing with you again soon.